Luke is with us in Little Rock. Hey, Luke, how are you?
Hey, Dave. I'm good. Thank y'all for having me on.
Sure, man. What's up?
So I made a pretty boneheaded, risky move, but I'm coming out on the good side of it. I bought a farm a couple months ago, and I bought it for undervalue, and I just got an offer on it that's going to leave me with at minimum 100,000, maybe 130, depending on how much my deductions go on taxes. I'm 25. My wife's in school right now, and I make about 75,000 a year. And we own the house. We own 165 on the house, and we own 100 on our school. So my question is what do I need to do with this money? I know I need to get out of debt, but should I live my life and work through the debt, and just invest this as though I'd never gotten it? And then reap the benefits later, or what do I need to do?
Luke, you said how much you're going to make off this? 100, did you say?
At least, yeah.
At least, okay. Well, if I woke up in your shoes, once you get the money from this, after it sells and taxes are paid and it's all in the clear, I would immediately pay off your student loan. That's the only debt you guys have, right? Is that $100,000 in student loans? We have about a $5,000 loan for a medical bill. Okay, perfect. Yep, I would just knock all those out, so you'll be completely debt-free, 100% after you sell this farm, which is amazing. Any other cash that you have, I would open up a small money market account or a money market account and put the rest in there, because that will get you close to probably your baby step 3, which is 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. So having cash in the bank. You have that already. How much do you have there?
About 40,000.
40, okay. Well, I'd go ahead and just throw that at the 100K, the student loan debt right now. I would clean that out. Keep $1,000 for your emergency fund. So the goal here, though, Luke, is to get this debt paid off as quickly as possible. And then on the other side of it, with your numbers, you guys are going to have a savings of 3 to 6 months of expenses. And then you guys can move on to investing. But I would use the money not to invest right away, like you said. I know it sounds like a good idea. Let's just put it in the market and forget I ever had it. And you wake up at 65 and you're like, oh, I'm a millionaire because of this money, because of the sell of the farm. But listen, if you don't clean up what's going on in the present, that's going to sneak up on you. So get that cleared, get some money for your emergency fund, and then you can look at start investing at that point.
So
okay, great. That's what I thought I needed, but yeah. I just needed to hear it from someone else.
Yeah, the baby steps are the process we've developed over this 30 years that is the shortest distance between where you are and wealth. The shortest distance between 2 points, right? Straight line. And so that's what Rachel did. She just walked you right up the baby steps. And so we're going to clear the $5,000 in debt today. Write a check when you get off the phone. Get rid of that medical debt. We're going to take everything but $1,000 and throw it at the student loans, and then we'll finish the student loans off with the sale of the farm. Now, you've got a couple of issues. One is the farm deal, even though you came on the show knowing that we wouldn't have gone along with the crazy idea of going into debt and hoping you can flip this thing and make money, and yet it worked. And so you're the guy that walked up to the slot machine and dropped 2 quarters in and made $200.
Right.
It's going to be real hard to not do that again. Because you think that's going to happen again. Some part of your brain still thinks that works. And you didn't use that part of the brain when you were talking to us. You discounted it. But be careful. Just say, I'm not the guy at the slot machine. Because you're going to go do this crap again if you're not careful.
Well, the level of anxiety that I felt over buying and realizing I needed to sell has kind of pushed me away from that. But there is a small bit of me that.
Yeah. The great news is it worked. The bad news is it worked.
Right.
And it might make you want to do it again. Okay, so that's the danger. Now, when was the closing date on the purchase of the farm?
About 3 months ago. So I know I'm in I'm in short-term capital gains.
Which means ordinary income. And so if you clear 100 net, 40 of that's going to the government.
Yeah.
So you barely have enough to clear your debt after taxes and your emergency fund. So that's where you're going to end up, unless you've got something else going on we haven't talked about. But that's right where you are, man. So you're a wise young man to have recognized that you got out with your skin intact. and I hope you don't do a repeat, because I'm saying that because that's the kind of crap I did. I would go, well, maybe I'm the exception to the rule. Maybe gravity doesn't apply to Dave, and turns out gravity applies to all of us, right? So I always think I'm the one that can get away with it. There's a level of arrogance. I mean, pride goes before the fall, the Bible says. And I've fallen all over the place. And I'm not saying that's you. I'm susceptible to that. And so that's why I always warn everybody else.
And I think naturally, people just have a higher risk tolerance than others. Some people are like, I just want that. And then some people are like, there's something about living on the edge that they thrive on. I mean, honestly, though, there's a level of that.
24 years old. We go on our first cruise. We'd never been on a cruise. We didn't even know what that was. And your mother is the most risk-averse person on the planet, saves every nickel. And she dropped 2 dadgum quarters in a slot machine and hit $200.
Oh, so this was a true story.
This is a true story. And you know what that $200 cost us? $500, because she put every quarter she got for the next week into that dadgum slot machine. And she's as risk averse as you get. But she fell for your brain goes, I know it's rigged. I know that they make more money on it than they put out. I know, and your brain, your intellect says don't do it, but your emotions going, I'm the exception. And you just keep putting, oh God, man. And I've done that so many times, and I'm not risk averse. Risk doesn't bother me. But even your mom, and Sharon's not, she's not a risk taker.
But I'm saying in general, sure, a slot machine or playing some craps in Vegas. I mean, like every now and then.
Yeah, or I don't know anybody did that.
I won though. I did.
Yeah, see, there we go. What are you, your father's daughter?
I paid for half my vacation with my fund envelope. And I even had it in an envelope. I really did.
You're making my point for me.
But what I'm saying is I'm not talking about that, because that's like just kind of.
I'm not talking about that.
But I'm saying, though, people's lifestyle with their money, though. There are people I talk to, and they get a thrill.
Oh, I know. Out of losing money.
On living on the edge of it.
Yeah,
I mean, they do, because.
It's a dopamine.
Whatever. Yes.
Stupid telephones. You just got to keep the dopamine going. Keep the smartphone happy. Check 63,000 times a day. How many times you check your email today?
How many times have you checked your email?
5,000 times, at least, while we were on the air.
But I thought.
Yeah. Oh, my God.